You don't have to. No, you don't have to say those words again. Oh no. And you don't have to. No, you don't have to go and explain yourself, 'cause I ain't gonna listen. Yeah, all you wanted was a souvenir to remember it all. Yeah, you tore it apart down to every last piece. Yeah, a souvenir, another story to tell. And I gotta know how to find happiness in the wrong place. 'Cause it never ends, it's there in all ways. It's evident you never changed for our sake. Maybe I can't trust it. We're falling now. Your little black book ran out of pages. You're gonna take it all and baby, don't waste it. You only want it if you know you're gonna break it. Just another souvenir for the take, yeah. Just take it. Baby, just take it. No, you don't have to say those words again. Oh no. And you don't have to. No, you don't have to go and explain yourself, 'cause I ain't gonna listen. Yeah, all you wanted was a souvenir to remember the fall. To go and tell your friends you were there for it all. A souvenir, just a little postcard for the road. And I just gotta know how to find happiness in the wrong place. 'Cause it never ends, it's there in all ways. It's evident you never changed for our sake. Maybe I can't trust it. We're falling now. Your little black book ran out of pages. 'Cause if you're gonna take it all, baby, don't waste it. You only want it if you know you're gonna break it. Just another souvenir for the take, yeah. Just take it. Baby, just take it. Just another souvenir for the road. That's the way it goes. Just take it. Baby, just take it.
Hello, this is STN. Welcome to the Balls Out 175. I'm the Ben Crazy Ben Easterday, and with me in the booth is Jacob Hitz. His computer is acting a bit slow, so I am the one that is starting this out. So, as he drops out, we'll be joined with him soon. But let's go ahead and get to the starting grid and see how these boys qualified. Starting up front, we got Kyle Smalley, and hopefully I pronounce these names correctly because I'm terrible at names. Second is Colin Fern. Third, Nick Olson, Robert Reuter, Marcus Adams, Michael A. Anthony, Jordan Weaver, Michael Dorsey, James Lowe, Devin Jenkick, Michael Elliott, Bryson Fitzgerald, Joe Francis, Keith Smalley, Richard Lakawa, Gavin Hibbs, Roberto Ramirez, Alexander Krunke, Kyle Menger, Jared Houston, Jesse Cottrell, Derek Lemke, Kevin Orlando Jr., Holt Jolston, Jared Rishton. And as we go down, Calvin A. Allison, Chris Worrell, Jaron Hazen, Ted Rickick, Anthony, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name, Fair Shaw, and Brandon Lollis. So we're on the pace laps, and pretty sure we're going to see a lot of double file racing. It's full throttle all the way around this track for the first 5 to 10 laps, and then after that you start needing the lift, and that's when it's going to start spreading out, and we'll probably get single file there. So Jacob Hitz, are you there? All right, he is not there. Well, the pace car is in, and we're ready for the start of the Balls Out 175. Kyle Smalley with a great big lead going into turn 1. Behind him, we got it side by side by side. Colin Fern really squeezing on the outside. Up front, the game is try to get a single file as fast as you can, because it's a long race. It's 175 laps, and you want to take this as easy as possible to try to save those tires. There's not really going to be any fuel mileage since you're full throttle out all the way through. Colin Fern in third place now, really on the rear end of Nick Olson. Nick Olson's got to make sure that he doesn't make any mistakes. Hopefully he doesn't get any aero loose here. Ooh, just like that. Starting to slide. Colin steer on that rear end. Looks like these top 2 cars are about to catch the leader. They're getting a good draft off of them. And with that push from Colin, that really helped the second place driver get up there.
Oh, hey, it works.
Hey, we got Jacob in the booth finally.
I don't know what is the issue, but this is twice now that Charlotte has completely screwed me over. I don't know what it is, because nothing changed. I was able to load Indianapolis just fine yesterday and Friday, but for some reason, Charlotte don't work. whatever. Kyle Smalley's your race leader. It's Nick Olson and Colin Fern all over each other for the top 3 here. Ben, thank you for saving me for these first 5 laps. Is my computer... I don't know what the heck it did, but nonetheless, we got a solid battle up here as Colin Fern takes the 2nd spot.
No problem. I'm a complete novice on this, so I tried the best as I could. Looks like Nick Olson kind of lost some time there as he got past, but we'll see if he can continue to keep up with the top 2 cars that he's following.
And you talked about this place is pretty much flat out. Unless you get into some sort of trouble, it's pretty much foot to the floor all the way around the racetrack. Doesn't help with fuel mileage by any stretch of the imagination, but certainly it kind of turns this race into more of a momentum race rather than throttle control and kind of sort of having the best car.
Correct. And with the recent update with making the high side grippy and the low side less grippy, that's going to make for entertaining racing. We might see some drivers like 2nd place right now use that high side to get momentum on the backstretch to pass on the inside. Let's see it. There it is. It seems like 1 and 2, the high side is faster, but in 3 and 4, you want to stay on the bottom side the whole way around.
Call it that virtual PJ1, if you will, as Colin Fern, the 86 car, he takes the lead, but almost some contact between him and the 5 of Kyle Smalley as they head back to turn 1.
I don't think that was almost contact. I think it was contact, but they keep going. Hopefully that doesn't damage Kyle Smalley's car at all. Looks good so far.
Still a battle for the top 2. It's Colin Fern out in front, then Smalley in 2nd. 3rd place, Nick Olson. And behind them, I believe, the 53, Roberto Ramirez. He has joined the party. Robert Rader, I'm running off of no scoring or anything here, so bear with me.
That's all right. I can pronounce names either, as it looks like Jacob just fell off the planet.
Yeah, so what happened was iRacing just crashed. Discord's still going, so I'm calling it off of the live feed at this point. I've got nothing else that I can do other than take a sledgehammer to this computer. So Colin Fern, he continues to lead this thing. For some reason, my push to talk is still pushed down in, even though I'm not touching anything. So I'll work on that as Kyle Smalley goes for the lead in turn 1.
2x2 for the lead. We got Kyle on the bottom. We got Colin on the top. Let's see who can make this turn worthwhile. Typically, the high side doesn't work well, but you can really squeeze that inside car to make him turn a little bit harder and try to make him lose his momentum. So far, still side by side.
Fern got a little loose off of 4, but Smalley still digging on the inside line, and that allowed Olson and Rader to creep in on board with the 24, the Kligerman Sport Machine. As Fern with a great run on the high side.
Yeah, Fern got that high-end momentum. He's going to try to cut in front of him. Oh, man, that was close.
Now, you said that they changed the grip levels. Is that basically the same effectiveness as putting virtual PJ1 down on the racetrack? Is that basically what they try to do here?
Kinda. You don't have to worry about the PJ1 wearing in or warming up. Here, it's just pretty instant, like a track has been run previously. But yeah, pretty much tries to even up that low end and high end so we can get more 2x2 racing as opposed to a single file, which we're kind of seeing throughout the field, except for this front, which is really good battle.
So a mix between PJ1 and BR tracks from NR 2003. That's what I'm understanding here from this. Is Smalley trying again on the bottom. Now they're side by side for 3rd with Rader on the inside. Slides up. Almost got into Olson. Olson was able to keep the power down, and now Rader is under some pressure from behind him. Marcus Adams in the Dale Jr. National Guard throwback thing from 2014.
Yeah, Robert almost quarter paneled Nick Olson there and spun him around. Nick Olson's got to be lucky that Robert lifted there. But we are seeing a good battle up here. We got a good 7 cars fighting for the top 7 positions, and still side by side up front with Kyle Smalley and Colin Fern.
Smalley had a great run getting into turn 1, could not quite clear that 86, and he gets such a launch on the high side that you're not going to be able to get anywhere close coming down the back straightaway. Fern will lead another lap here at the stripe. 175 laps are on the board for this one, so it's a long race tonight. Still less than a third of what the Cup drivers ran last night.
Correct, and what we need to see
less than
now,
half.
Oof. I was going to say, who's Nick Olson going to work with? But as I just said that, Kyle just kind of went between them. Ooh, and we got a caution.
Caution. Gotta assume it's in the back. We got one upside down.
God.
It's Richard Lekoa. What the heck? On his roof, did he catch the really bad angle there on the inside wall? Replay, that's Kyle Manger to his inside. And, oh, I think he got the wall. Ooh. Wow.
That was weird. He kind of bounced off the wall. That shot him down, and that just shot him down into a coma down in the inside wall.
And flawless physics once again with that impact with the inside safer barrier, catching him and throwing him backwards like a slingshot. Kyle Manger in the 25, he also got the inside wall, just not as hard, and he didn't wind up on his top like Lekoa did. The rear tire still spinning on that 38 car as it comes to rest on its roof. Pits are open, and it looks like it's a busy place.
That's correct. Looks like everyone's going in for 4 tires and fuel. Does look like we have a couple that stayed out. We'll see how that works out for them. Looks like it's Michael Dorsey and Keith Smalley have stayed out.
Colin Fern does not take a ton of time on pit road. He gets off first. Then it's the 9 of Bryson Fitzgerald coming off in second. He leapfrogs a couple of spots. And way back here, Kyle Smalley, he gets passed by Nick Olson. And I think, well, no, he'll get back by Olson. I thought he got beat by him and potentially Rader, but looks like he will restart in front of both of them.
It looks like Bryson Fitzgerald took 2 tires, and then Colin Fern took fuel only. With the top 2 not going for a pit stop at all. It's going to be interesting. It's going to make this start really interesting with old tires and not that far back. We got new, fresh tires.
I can't imagine that this is going to work out well. You know, we're more than 15 laps into this thing. This was our first caution, as it looks like the 2 of Keith Smalley might come down onto pit road again, or for the first time. It looks like Dorsey will as well. So Colin Fern will retake the lead, and Dorsey and Smalley will come in to pit. Fern and Fitzgerald, I don't know if that's going to work out for him.
I agree with you. Even with a couple laps on the tires, it's still enough to hurt you.
Now, I think, based off of scoring, looks like Fern and Fitzgerald, I would imagine that they both only took fuel because they were only in the pits for about 6 seconds, in their pit stall for only 6 seconds. Fitzgerald a 6.2, Fern a 6.9. And if you said Fitzgerald took 2 and Fern took fuel only, that doesn't make much sense that Fern had the longer pit stop.
Yeah, I don't have the tools in front of me to be able to see who took what, but that's just what I judged off of based on how they jumped out of their pit road. But so I could be wrong. It could have just taken fuel only, but again, they're on weaker tires than the rest of the field.
Yeah, everybody else took 4 except for Holt Johnston and Brandon Lawless. They're farther down the grid.
Looks like
so
Colin
this didn't
wants to
work
start
out
on the high side.
That's the way it looks. Didn't work out quite the way that they may have wanted it. So to recap here, under caution for crash with Richard Lekowa and Kyle Manger. Colin Fern back out in front after pit stops. Bryson Fitzgerald second. Then it's Kyle Smalley, Nick Olson, and Robert Rader your top 5. Marcus Adams, Michael Anthony, Jordan Weaver, James Lowe, Michael Elliott your top 10. 1 to green.
Well, I expect this to be a very interesting start.
You think? With 2 guys on older tires at the front and everybody else behind them on newer tires, I can't imagine that this is not going to go perfect.
What's your bet on a crash in turn 3?
Well, you're being generous and giving them until turn 3. I figured by the exit of 2, things might get interesting, but I guess it depends on the restart that Fern and Fitzgerald get out in front, which will kind of set the tone for everybody behind him. We'll just have to wait and see. The last mile and a half that we were at Kansas, tires definitely were a factor and definitely caused some late race cautions based on strategy at those up at the front. So we're not new to this here on STN, and I think we're kind of anticipating it at this point.
Yep. Top 2 need to get gas on as fast as they can once the pace car goes in. That's their only real advantage. Let's see what they do.
Pace car is in. Fern on the high side, Fitzgerald on the inside, stacks them up. And here we go, green flag.
Outside got a good start, but Bryson Fitzgerald did not. We're going to see how this turn 1 works out for him. Looks like everyone might be trying to pass him on the high side. Let's see.
Going to get freight trained here. Marcus Adams to the high side. Kyle Smalley there as well. And here comes Nick Olson in the 24 for the lead.
Nick Olson with fresh tires takes it into turn 3. Right behind him in the junior cars, Marcus Adams. He's got fresh tires as well, as the rest of the field is stuck behind these cars with no fresh tires whatsoever.
Kyle Smalley pulls to the inside for third. Robert Rader still trying to get by Fitzgerald on the high side. And now he'll kind of get picked in behind Fern as Smalley moves to the bottom. Now Rader moves to the bottom off of 2.
Up front, it's Nick Olson, Marcus Adams, and Kyle Smalley. They're pretty close to each other. It looks like it's going to be another 3-way race, just like before the caution. But we got Robert coming into the fray as well. We're going to see whether he can make some moves, try to get past these cars as well.
Bryson Fitzgerald, Colin Fern, bye-bye. They've fallen way back. And how about Jordan Weaver in the 23? He now sits in the 5th spot.
Jordan Weaver's kind of got a bit help from Michael Anthony. Let's see if he tries to send it. Yep, he is. Ooh, that was close.
Sends it in on the inside. Michael Anthony is clear, and he will take that 5th spot away.
Man, he sent that really late. I'm sure Jordan Weaver's not too happy with him. He might attempt to do the same thing to him if he can catch back up to him.
James Lowe right behind him in the 99. And now Anthony closing in on the back bumper of the 53, trying to get to 4th.
So far, pretty much the top 9 are single file behind them. It's a double file with again, non-tires versus tires as they continue to fall.
Yeah, they're going to be pretty far back by the time this thing, by the time this stint is said and done, and certainly they're going to be on pit road first, I would imagine, if we do get a shot at green flag pit stops. As here's Jordan Weaver right on the back bumper of the 8, and kind of like what we saw yesterday in the FTF All-Star race, everybody got strung out for a little bit, and then as the run went on, the top 7, 8, 9, 10, they kind of congealed back together into a single file line close together, and that's what we're seeing right now.
Looks like we're about to have a pass for the lead. We've got Marcus Adams on the inside.
Going for it, trying to get by Olson. Right down on the blue and white line as he gets loose, washes up the racetracks, able to hang on to the car, but Olson gets the better run off the exit.
hit the apron a little bit, and that shot him up. Good thing he was able to save it and not smash into the car on the outside. Looks like we got the 53 on the outside. Let's see if we can get the momentum to get past Kyle Smalley here.
Smalley shuts the door, but Rader turns it dead left off the corner and moves to the inside. He had pressure from Michael Anthony for a moment, but now here's Rader to the inside for third.
Again, the inside is faster in 3 and 4, but if you're on the high side, you can squeeze the person on the inside, and that will allow you to try to keep that speed up. Try to slow the car underneath you down. We're at back single file.
So Rader will be forced to hang on to the 4th spot for now, but he's right on the back bumper of Kyle Smalley, with Michael Anthony right on the back bumper of Rader. Top 10 pretty much single file all the way through the field. And as soon as I say that, here comes Robert Rader on the high side, trying to get to the outside of Smalley, but he's not able to do it. And I think he's just a little too far back to make a move into 3.
Yeah, he's trying to grab that momentum on the high side. It's not going to work here in the 3 and 4. He's going to fall back in line here. We got 30 laps left of, or 30 laps in of the 175 laps to be completed. So far, top 10, where the whole field is pretty much single file all the way around. But we got the top 7 pretty close to each other. Anything can happen, especially if someone tries to make a mistake.
I don't know if anybody would try to make a mistake, but if they do make a mistake, hopefully they can correct it or recorrect it or something. 30 laps are complete in this 175 lap race. I butchered the math earlier. This is not a third of the distance that they ran yesterday. Otherwise, I think they'd still be running. It's a little under half. They run 400 laps, 600 miles. This is 175 laps. I'm not doing the math because really I don't care that much. It should be about 300 or so, a little less than that. You're from Charlotte.
Just said try to make everyone else make a mistake.
That works too. Pressure somebody into a mistake.
That's pretty much all you can do here with a single file, and it's, although we don't have as much dirty air as we do in real life, it's still present, and that's what's keeping these guys single file still.
Looking ahead at the schedule, this is just more for me than for anything. We're taking another couple weeks off from broadcasting for the Four Corner Racing League. We are off next week. They'll be at Sonoma, but we won't be broadcasting it. Same thing in 2 weeks. They will be at Chicagoland. In 3 weeks, we will be at Nashville. That is if Nashville Super Speedway is available on iRacing. If it's not, I think there's a plan B in there. I think it was this league that said it would be the Indy Oval if Nashville wasn't available, something to that effect. And then after that, Pocono. We will be in attendance for Pocono, and then we've got another 4 weeks off till we come back for the Indy Road Course. And then just like that, it's almost playoff time for the end of the season.
I'm not sure that iRacing has scanned the Nashville, the Big Oval, but we'll see. We've been surprised with the next gen car a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, well, they have that Chicago street course thing that apparently is going to be released soon. So I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. I just go off of the information that we get told.
Look at the top 4. Kyle Smalley is trying to make something out of his third position, try to gain one. We're on the high side, try to get the momentum. He's going to send it underneath him. No, he's just going to stay behind.
Trying to make it 2 for 2 for the 5 car this weekend. Kyle Larson in the 5 car won yesterday in the Coke 600. And now today, Kyle Smalley in the 5 is trying to win here at Charlotte. He was forced to take a couple of weeks off because of his wheel, or what he thought was his wheel being shot. He ordered another wheel. It turns out it was his computer that was shot. I believe he made his return last week at COTA, and here he is now back up inside the top 3, which it feels like he is every weekend here at Charlotte.
Michael Anthony made a mistake there on the exit of 4, and it looks like James Lowe is going to be able to pass him on the inside. If he's able to keep the momentum, he is, and he was able to take that spot.
Still Nicholson out in front, leading the way. And he's kind of broken away a little bit from the 31 of Marcus Adams, who's in second.
About a half second lead on second, third, and fourth. He's just driving away. He might be increasing this, and he might just pull away from this pack behind him.
Next time by will be 40 laps complete, which means we will only have 135 to go, which to some may feel like an eternity. Here comes Robert Rader up on the high side. Couldn't quite tell. I don't think he got the wall, but he got close to it. Either way, could not get to the outside of the number 5.
No, he didn't get the wall, but he's trying that really high side, that Larson line, to really be able to get the momentum. But I don't know if it's going to work. As far as I know, the really high side with you against the wall is actually pretty detriment due to how the walls are set up in iRacing, where it actually slows you down if you're closer to the wall. So you want to actually run that middle line if you're going to try to get that momentum as he bounces off the wall.
How about a battle a little further back? This is, let's see here. Further back, that's really all I got. The 23, the 95, this is 7th and 8th right now. As here is James Lowe underneath Robert Rader. This is for 4th.
Yeah, it looks like Robert's just going to give him the position as James Lowe has gotten 4th, and see if he can continue his momentum, keep on going through.
Trying to plow his way up through the field.
Now the simulated time here on the track, it's about 2 times, so slowly but surely we're seeing the sun go down, and it's going to be nighttime by the time we get to the end of the race. I would say even by the time we get halfway through the race.
Nighttime is the right time for these guys, as here's another attempt at a battle. It was for a moment. That was Kroenke in the 57. Who had some pressure for just a moment from Joe Francis in the 50 car. Another battle further back. Kyle Manger trying to make some headway down the back straightaway after getting involved in that first crash with Richard Lekoa. And here's another pass, 46, pulling to the inside there. 45 laps are complete. That's Michael Elliott trying to get by Devin Jensick down the main straightaway.
And it looks like we got a pass for 9th as well. There, we got 2 cars going on the inside of Gavin Hibbs. And he's going to be losing 2 positions there off of that one turn.
Yeah, so that'll push him back to the 10th position. But out in front, it is all Nick Olson here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We'll step aside. You won't miss a thing as we go side by side here on STN. Nick Olson, your leader.
We've been waiting for this moment. Generations of innovation all coming together in one place. A pedigree of more than 70 years of NASCAR Cup Series history, from the past to the present, from Petty to Earnhardt to Elliott. Today, there's no more waiting. The future of NASCAR is now. Drive the next-gen cars today on iRacing and step into the next generation of racing.
Welcome back to STN's coverage of the Four Corners Racing League here from Charlotte Motor Speedway for, what is this race called? The Balls Out 175. Here from Charlotte, Jacob Hitz, Ben, what is your name? Ben Easterday here with you for the call. Good grief, you can tell it's been a night, huh? 51 laps are complete. Nick Olson is your race leader as everybody is strung out in single file, but James Lowe has gotten his way into the 3rd spot, getting by Kyle Smalley.
I know who you are. Yes, but right now I'm actually looking up front. There was pretty good side-by-side as we were coming into break, but Marcus Adams kind of lost momentum there. But he's on Nick Olson. And we might see a pass for the lead in 20 to 30 laps if he's able to do it.
20 to 30 laps. You might be right just because of this racetrack and this package, but it may also come down to how bad Olson has abused the tires. If he's abused them a lot, that may allow Marcus Adams rather to get right by him.
And Marcus is keeping up. Top 2 have pulled away from 3rd. They're about a second ahead, it looks like.
Wonder how long that will last, though, because as these guys get side by side, that will allow James Lowe in the 3rd spot to start reeling in the top 2. Here's Adams for the lead.
Goes the inside. They're side by side, but the outside's going to have momentum. If Marcus can get up to his quarter panel and get the side suck, then he'll be able to pull that car up on the outside back, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do that. And he falls back in line, it looks like.
Still, well, they were side by side for a little bit, but Adams can't get there, and Olsen officially shuts the door, rather.
Marcus really shoves it in there when the sun don't shine, but doesn't look like he was able to get position. They're still single file.
Trying to do everything that he can. Meanwhile, further back, there is the 6 car, and we got trouble. So 95 Gavin Hibbs, he is off the pace. He is coming to pit road. I
think we got a couple guys that are pitting pretty early. It looks like I just saw Colin Fern. Oh, Colin Fern. He was one of the cars that didn't pit during the caution, or he pitted but just went for fuel only. But he just got out of the pit lane, and he's right in front of the leaders.
Gotta wonder how that'll play out now that he's on fresh tires. The guys behind him, not so much, as Adams is still trying to get by Nick Olsen for the lead, and that's allowed James Lowe to reel him in.
We now have a third competitor here in this 3 race to the lead. As I do my best impression of Fox Sports.
Oh, you can tell that we have to make our own excitement for this race, huh? Marcus Adams, clear. He's got the lead, and Nick Olsen got the wall. Oops. And now here comes James Lowe looking for second as Olsen runs the high side in 3 and 4.
James Lowe running the low side. Looks like Nick Olsen probably has damage on the right front, which is why he's kind of arcing it to the high lane. It's not that he wants to be there. It's not he's not going to be able to turn down, because now he's just really tight on the front right of his car, and that's not going to allow him to turn very easily.
Lowe is there, just can't get by him. Olsen hanging on to the second spot for now. 60 laps are complete, 115 to go.
We have more cars coming out of the pit lane, but they shouldn't be a factor for the leaders. That was Keith Smalley.
And there's Holt Johnston right there as well in front of the leader, Marcus Adams. Adams goes to the high side, and he'll get by without any issue. I gotta wonder how long it'll be until we see the leaders come onto pit road.
Holt Johnson yet the pit. As P2 and 3 get around him on the inside.
Low right on the back bumper. Nick Olsen as they come off turn 4. Looks like he's going to try and take another stab at it. Here into turn 1 is Marcus Adams. He's got the lead up to a 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, got a really good exit there. Way better than Nick Olsen, and James Lowe is going to be able to cut in up front and take that position.
So James Lowe crawls his way into second. Nick Olsen trying to get back to the inside of him, but he's not able to do it. So now we'll see what James Lowe can do. Battle back here. That's Weaver, I believe, and Michael Anthony, and I believe that's Nick Olsen that we just saw come onto pit road.
Yep, once he got past, he decided to take it to pit road, so he'll be getting 4 fresh tires, fuel, and we'll see where he ends up.
And we'll see how he decides to fix the damage on the right front of the car. I believe they do have a fast repair here if they choose to use it. 3 wide into turn 3. This isn't going to work very well.
Yeah, this is for P5, and we got a lapper in the way. Move out of the way, lapper. Now the lapper is in the middle, 3 wide. Now they're 2x2.
Holt Johnston just in the way right now. Everybody is able to get by him without a problem for the time being. So 65 laps are complete, 110 laps to go. I would imagine here at this point that these guys that are leading, they're going to need to make 2 more stops to make it to the end. I don't think they'll be able to make it on just 1 stop.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, especially with the fuel run and how badly these tires wear out. So far, we got a 2-wide battle for P8. Got Jordan Weaver going to the inside of Alexander.
Trying to get by Cronky, and it looks like he will for the time being. One thing that I find interesting here, I mentioned it during the eNASCAR Pro Qualifying iRacing Series race here before, is that, well, they got that pit wall. Now, the entrance to pit road was not there for the longest time. They only added it because of the Roval and that front stretch chicane that they have. That makes the margin of error that you have here to get onto pit road that much smaller. Other tracks like Atlanta, Texas, you don't have that inside wall to worry about, so you can run off into the grass and still make it onto pit road. Here, different story.
Yeah, you don't want to pull a Matt Kenseth and hit the barriers and get water all over the track. That would not be a fun time. But we got a battle here for P4. Robert still trying to use that Larson line up high. Ooh, Michael really squeezed it in front of Chris. And Chris is going to take it to the inside.
Yeah, Chris Worrell in the 6th, the Mark Martin machine. And here comes Nick Olson. Fresh tires. Meet coming through on the high side. Past 3 cars, 4 cars in a corner.
That shows you the difference of fresh tires. He's about 3 to 4 seconds faster than the rest of the field.
And I think that's going to make everybody else think about coming onto pit road here sooner rather than later, knowing that they could be as fast as him. As here comes the 50, looking to the inside of Worrell. Can't quite get there. They're not going to be 3 wide, but certainly they got close to it.
Joe Francis really did his best to try to make it 3 wide, and thankfully they went single file before he was able to do that. But the 53 is just stuck on the high side, and looks like he's losing some positions.
Closing in on the halfway point. We're 5 laps away from halfway. 5 laps away from 100 laps to go, which is not halfway for those of you that can actually do math and think at the same time. Marcus Adams with a 3-second lead over the rest of the field. And Michael Anthony gets by Robert Rader, and he's going to bring some company with him.
It's like Joe Francis was able to get the pass on that 6 car. Styled as an old Valvoline car from Mark Martin.
Lap 88
side by
is
side,
our,
though.
Lap 88 is our halfway point. For thanks to our producer for doing that on his calculator right in front of me. Cronky now getting by Robert Rader around the high side.
Looks like Robert's going to take it to pit lane here.
And he had fallen back a lot here late in the going, so I'm not too surprised to see him come on to pit road at this point. I think he just said, well, enough of this. I need to get tires. Might as well do it now. Michael Dorsey trying to get by Alexander Kroenke.
Ooh, man. Kroenke's car was a little cranky there in turn 1 and 2. And lost a couple of positions there.
Yeah, certainly got sideways on him, and at least he's able to keep the car.
Oh,
and Michael Anthony gets turned.
Oh, no!
Oh, and that's Colin Fern that runs into him.
Green for some reason. There it goes.
There's the caution flag, and Colin Fern just had Michael Anthony wind up in his lap coming off turn 4.
Yeah, Michael Anthony was going to the pits and didn't really signal, and Michael Dorsey just got into the rear end of him, and that just caused it.
Right as the leaders pitted here, too, so this is going to put Francis out in front, it looks like, I think, and we'll see when things cycle around. As here's a replay. You see,
Yeah, Francis, I don't think, where Michael Anthony did not signal, and then he just got rear-ended in there. And then
Michael
there was
Dorsey.
just nowhere to go for the 62 car, right into the rear end.
Is that not the? What the heck is Fern? The 86? Is that the 86? Okay, so it is Colin Fern that right in the back of him here. You can see he's behind the 40 coming off the corner. That's not him. Yeah,
There it is.
he's just at full speed. You know, he can't stop on a dime, and really can't go anywhere because there was a slow car to the inside and there was a wall that was outside. So he pretty much made his bed and was forced to sleep in it. Here's the onboard. Where are you gonna go?
Can't blame the rain on that one.
I believe pits are open here. We'll see. And you see Nick Olson. He's back on pit road. Remember, he pitted earlier on in this cycle, but he's going to pit now. I don't blame him because that's going to put him on fresher tires than he would have been if he stayed out. So, yeah.
Currently, I'm seeing Kyle Smalley up front, followed by Gavin Hibbs, Chris Warren.
Those are wave arounds. We're pretty sure it's Marcus Adams that's the leader here in the 31. That's why we're following him. I guess. None of us really know who's leading this race right now. We'll be completely honest.
Yeah, iRacing has just updated. It is Marcus Adams, followed by Joe Francis and Jer Houston, from what I can see.
J.R. Houston, we haven't talked about him at all tonight. Not a single bit. Where has he been hiding?
He started P20, so I think he's been mid-pack for most of the race.
My goodness.
This caution really helped him out. He's P3 now.
Yeah. Gets him in cycle with everybody else just based off of the pit strategy. iPacing, my favorite. If you like iPacing, then you'll want to come by on Thursday for the second split of the eNASCAR Road to Pro Qualifying iRacing Series, because that's going to be fun. We're probably going to see a lot of cautions there because it's Martinsville. FTF1 is at Monza on Friday night at 9 o'clock, and then FTF Grand National Series presented by Bar Visuals at the Monza Oval Saturday at 10 o'clock. You can find all that and more right here on STN. And you get to hear me Thursday and Friday. Hopefully I'll be able to load into the tiny track that's Martinsville. I don't need to purchase Monza for Friday, but should be fun nonetheless.
Yep. Especially at Martinsville. I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of cautions, a lot of not giving and taking.
A lot of cautions, a lot of tempers. That's going to be the theme of the night. I'm sure that there's going to be a long list of folks that will want to pay in at the payback window at some point throughout the night on Thursday, and we'll be here to cover it all for you. And it should be fun. Only one more race after Thursday night. We go to Dover in 2 weeks. Pace car is going to make the hard left turn onto pit road. It's, I almost called him Kevin McAdams. Wrong league. How about Marcus Adams? He's going to lead us down to the green flag as we are just about 8 laps away from halfway. Green flag.
Marcus Adams with the great start. Behind him, though, they're really close. Double file. But it looks like Jared Houston is out up front. He's able to get the second place. But Nick Olson's looking. And looking on him is Joe Francis.
You're going to try and go 3 wide for second? Yes, we are. We'll see how this works. Olson's able to shut the door on Francis. And now he goes to the inside as the 45 gets sideways. He's going to spin around. Everybody else is, well, the caution's out. I'm not sure if anybody else got in it here on the main straightaway. It's our third caution. It looks like everybody was able to keep it clean.
Yeah, it's just single car wreck there. He just got loose on the exit of 4 and lost on his own.
So the 45, Jared Wishin, is the caution flag and just lost it. And thankfully everybody else is able to keep it green. Takes the chicane and gets it back rolling straight.
Man, if we get some slow-mo on the 45, if we can get like a in-car view, he was really close to hitting that pit wall on the inside there.
That's where I thought he was going, was for the barrels, to be completely honest. This should be a good shot right here.
Oh.
Saved us all from that nightmare, though, and he will race to see another lap. As we are once again under caution here at Charlotte. This is going to give Colin Fern a lap. So he's 1 lap closer to getting back on the lead lap if this doesn't put him back on the lead lap already. As I mentioned, we take 2 weeks off for the Four Corner Racing League. We will not be at Sonoma or Chicagoland the next 2 weeks, but we return to Nashville if it's available. And then after that, we are at Pocono, which will certainly be fun. I'll be up at the real Pocono races that weekend, and then I get to come home and call more Pocono the next day. Alexander Kroenke, his computer took a page out of my playbook. His computer restarted and it kicked him out of the race. So he's not on track right now because he got booted from the server. Because his computer decided, yeah, we're going to restart. Thanks, Microsoft.
Things you hate to see.
Flawless technology. That is the theme of tonight's broadcast.
Now, did you know this? Charlotte is known as a business and financial hub. And it's also a university town, which with a well-educated population. Do you know that?
We're really going to do that, huh?
It's also the home of the NFL Carolina Panthers and the NBA Charlotte Hornets, formerly the Bobcats.
Well, then where the heck are the Carolina Hurricanes from?
Yeah, they're probably from Florida somewhere.
Carolina Hurricanes?
Mm-hmm.
From Florida.
Yep. I mean, that's where all hurricanes form from, right?
All right.
I don't know. Where do you think the Utah Jazz came from? Or the LA Lakers?
Well, the Lakers probably came from the Great Lakes, somewhere in there. Anyway, at least Charlotte isn't built on like two rivers or anything like that. Anyway, big racing day yesterday. Indy 500, Coke 600. I watched the 500 and kind of sort of paid attention to the 600. What were your thoughts on it?
Oh, the 500 was great. Even though there was single file throughout the race, there was a lot of strategy going on, which made it really exciting. And for the top 4 or 5 positions, there was always some passing going on. 600, I fell asleep on. So, yeah, that's how I feel about the 600.
600, I did not start paying attention to the last 100 laps, and boy, did I regret wasting that time. For the 500, I was sitting in the same exact spot watching it on the TV and hoping that Elio was not going to throw it away. The last couple of years, he's been in the lead with 2 laps to go, and then something stupid happens. Him and Ryan Hunter-Reay in 2014, him and Sato a couple of years ago. I was happy that he was able to seal the deal and finally come away with Indianapolis 500 victory number 4. How about that?
It's crazy. And to do it with not racing since last year. It was just a single car operation just for that race, and be able to make it win the Indianapolis 500. That's a feat in itself.
In his first race in I don't know how long without Roger Penske. Certainly impressive. Green flag. As we are 2 laps away from halfway. J.R. Houston with a solid restart from the second spot, but it's all Marcus Adams in turn 1.
Behind him, we got Joe Francis on the outside, but up front, we got Nick Olson about to make a move on J.R. Houston.
Michael Anthony trying to make a move as well, as here comes Olson. He'll take the second spot away. Anthony looking to the inside of J.R. Houston for third. Houston's going to shut the door for now, and he's not quite done yet with Nick Olson.
He tried to get that wide entry into 1 to be able to get the momentum on the exit, but he wasn't able to pull it off. But Nick Olson was, and he's going to make a pass for the lead.
Nick Olson to the inside. And re-leader, Nick Olson. Back out in front, Marcus Adams still in the second spot, and J.R. Houston clawing on to third spot with everything he's got.
Doesn't look like Marcus Adams going to be able to make a move here, but behind him we got Joe Francis on the outside with J.R. Houston on the inside, but J.R. Houston wasn't able to get any momentum and falls back and forth.
I believe it was Robert Rader that bounced off the wall or bounced off another car. Saw some sparks in the background, but we're able to keep it green as we are now past halfway.
We got a good fight position for 9th and 8th between Chris and Roberto Ramirez.
It's Warrell in the 6th, and there is Ramirez in the 41. Robert Rader sliding up the racetrack a little bit right behind them as well. So while we're here, let's run through the field now that we are officially past halfway. Nick Olson, your leader. Marcus Adams, second. Joe Francis in third. J.R. Houston in fourth. Michael Anthony, fifth. Jaron Hazen, he's in sixth. Kyle Manger is seventh. Chris Worrell, eighth. Roberto Ramirez, ninth. Robert Rader rounds out the top 10. Then Jesse Cottrell, Kyle Smalley, Michael Dorsey, Calvin Allison, James Lowe, Bryson Fitzgerald, Ted Reckick, Michael Elliott, Colin Fern, Kevin Orlando Jr., Devin Jensick, Jared Wishon, Gavin Hibbs, Jordan Weaver, and then a lap down, Anthony Colantuono, Brandon Lawless, Derek Lemke, Holt Johnston 2 laps down, Keith Smalley 8 down, out of the race, Alexander Cronky, Richard Lekoa, and Ferris Shaw ran a whopping 3 laps before parking the car.
They're trying to wreck it for P10 up here. There's a lot of double file racing going on. Yeah, it's getting crazy. We got a couple people trying to door bang, and so far everybody's been able to keep it straight.
Calvin Allison in the mix there. He didn't run last week at COTA, but ran well in the couple of races that we covered before that.
Meanwhile, while all this fighting's been going on, Nicholson is being able to pull away with about a second lead on everyone else.
Just scrolling back through the season thus far, Nick Olson has not won. End of sentence. Nick Olson has not won. I wanted to get through the last couple of races just to make sure, but Nick Olson has not gone to victory lane yet this season. Calvin Allison's gone a bunch. Kyle Smalley has gone a bunch. Nick Olson has been the odd man out in every race so far this season, and I'm sure he'd love to capture the flag first tonight.
We'll see how it plays out. We still got a couple pit stops to do. We don't know if there's going to be a caution here the next few laps, as it looks like everybody's trying to cause the big one. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Oh, man.
Ooh, Kyle Manger sliding it up the hill, and Chris Worrell was almost in a bad spot for the 2 Valvoline cars. That could have been bad for both of them.
Still 3 wide.
That's Calvin Allison on the bottom.
Break.
Robert Rader up on the high side, then Bryson Fitzgerald there. And he's still stuck in the middle. Or Fitzgerald on the outside, Kyle Smalley on the inside. And then it's Manger now behind him.
That 53 car just can't stop hitting the wall. I think that's about the 3rd time he's run the high side, and not on purpose, because he hit the outside wall before he entered the corner.
Got a magnet in the right side of the race car.
Behind him, we got Calvin Allison on the outside and Bryson Fitzgerald on the inside, as they're going to put Chris 3 wide.
Worrell stuck in the middle. Looks like they'll survive for the time being. Calvin Allison trying to do what he can. He started way out back, but he's starting to claw his way forward with that pass. He moves into the 9th spot, the 8th spot rather.
Worrell just hit the outside wall on the exit 4, and that's not gonna help his car that much.
Nope, he'll continue to fall backwards. Kyle Smalley there. Kyle Manger is next to get up and pass him. This time around, we will have just 75 laps to go. Here comes the 40 to the inside of Michael Anthony. It's for 4th place.
Yeah, and that's that nobody turning himself into a somebody, trying to make that P4 position work for him.
Believe this is his first start on the year. I do not see him on the driver's standings. Like he has made a start this season, but not entirely sure.
He's doing a pretty good job. He's gonna have the momentum. He's gonna send it on the inside.
Still side by side, not quite clear of Michael Anthony. J.R. Houston right behind him as well. That 40 car can't quite get there. He's about even off of 4.
There he does it.
And here comes to the inside as well for 5th. Calvin Allison got turned into the wall. Hard into the inside wall goes the 9 of Bryson Fitzgerald, and the caution's going to come out. Another one just slammed the inside wall. Was that Calvin Allison? Robert Rader around it was. They're still crashing. Gavin Hibbs around. Jared Wishing involved. Guys.
ARCA brakes.
Oh, boy. Well, it's going to take any strategy that we had here and throw that out the window. Replay. Goodness gracious. Hard hit to the inside wall for Fitzgerald. Allison could not save it. And then it's Allison coming back up the racetrack that causes everybody to lose their mind. And Allison just slid up the racetrack. Wasn't clear Robert Rader.
Yeah, Robert's been running that high lane for the last 10 laps, and Allison just thought he was clear, and he wasn't. And
what the heck? How did... Okay, so Gavin Hibbs gets run over. Big time. Anthony Colantuono. Brandon Lawless. Come on, guys. Whew. Somebody better make sure that the spotter didn't fall asleep up on the roof. It makes sense with what's been going on tonight, but still. It's just Calvin Allison watching, and oh, hello. Didn't get hit again, but it got close.
incredible.
Lunchtime at the zoo, everybody's pitting. Nick Olson wins the race off pit road. Then it's Marcus Adams, Joe Francis, Michael Anthony, and Jaron Hazen in the 40. That's your top five, as I don't think anybody stayed out here on the restart, not on the restart, here under the fourth caution of the night.
Got about 69 laps to go.
We're getting there.
Calvin Allison has the audacity to say, "I'm done giving room to anyone in this league," when he was the one that slid up into Roberto.
That's, yeah, okay. Interesting, to say the least. So after this caution, we'll take a look here at who's used fast repairs and who hasn't. Olsen and Adams have not. Michael Anthony has. Kyle Manger has. Dorsey has. Reckick, Fern, Elliott, Jensick, Weaver, Fitzgerald, Rader, Hibbs, Allison. Everybody else, oh, and Brandon Lawless. Everybody else still has their fast repair.
You might have not known this, but the NASCAR Hall of Fame is in downtown Charlotte.
Yeah, it is. Brandon Lawless has parked the car. He's done for the night. Half a lap to green. And for anybody that cares, the Montreal Canadiens knock out the Toronto Maple Leafs for the 1,870,000th time in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I'm going to say I'm not surprised.
I'm surprised it took them 7 games to figure that out. That's about the extent of it. Coming back to the restart, we've got topics lined up to talk about during this next caution flag if we get it, so bear with us here. Here we go. Pace car is in. And green flag.
Green flag, green flag, green flag. Nick Olsen didn't really get as big of a jump as the previous cautions have. And he has Marcus Adams right on him. He's going to try to make him loose on the exit. Ooh. He's going to try to take that outside.
See if you can make the outside work in turn 3. It's been difficult for everybody all night long. Here comes Michael Anthony storming up the outside. He's going to try and take second away, and he is on the back door. Nick Olsen for the lead.
Where did he come from? He was involved in the caution the last couple cautions ago when he tried to go into the pit lane, but now he is in second and getting ready to pass the leader for the lead.
And he's on the outside, side by side for the lead. Michael Anthony, like he shot out of a cannon around the outside, going for the lead. He may not get it here at the line, but if he gets a good 1 and 2, he should have it down the back straight away.
The middle is preferable here in turns 1 and 2. He's going to have the momentum.
Still side by side for the lead. Marcus Adams sitting in third. How about a new fastest lap of the race, I'm assuming, for Michael Anthony, and it is.
Yeah, temperatures are going down as the sun's going down. And Michael Anthony's taking the lead, and he's going to pull away from Nick Olson.
He gone. See you later.
Behind them for P5, we got Joe Francis and Jaron Hazen.
Hazen gets a little sideways. Worrell right there as well. Kyle Smalley back inside the top 5. So here comes Hazen to the inside of Joe Francis. Francis with the better run on the high side.
Looks like Francis is going to be able to take that position. He's going to be looking forward to P4.
By the way, the ticker's not on. It's going to look, see how many laps are left, but, well, I don't know. There we go. We're closing in on 60 laps to go here from Charlotte.
Too wide for P3. Marcus Adams just going to slide in front of Kyle there. That was pretty tight. And Nick Olson's just falling back like a rock. Looks like he might be getting past here in a lap or two. Might lose a couple positions.
And here we go.
Oof.
Adams to the inside of Olson. He tried to pinch him, but couldn't quite make it happen, and Adams is going for it on the bottom.
Still there on the inside. And on the inside lane, you want to run that paint line that's on the inside because it actually has more grip. If you run slightly above it, then you'll lose speed. If you run slightly below it, you're going to spin out because it's the apron.
Paint with more grip. Now that's a new one.
So while the top cars are single file now, we got the Chicago Street Race coming up soon. What do you think about that, Jacob?
Another track Chase Elliott can win at.
Exactly.
But, you know, we'll see what happens. I wasn't thrilled with Coda 2 weeks ago, and I think it's because of the rain more than anything. If they were to just run it in the dry, I think I might have liked it more. But because we were almost killing people and then decided, yeah, okay, we're not going to do that anymore halfway through the race, just stupid. Rain tires, not a big fan of them anymore. They were good. Ideally, they were good, but in reality,
I'm complete opposite. I love rain tires. I'm glad that they were able to race in the rain. Yeah, it got a bit dangerous there, but that was because it rained a little too hard than what those tires are supposed to be able to do. But I think NASCAR did the right thing in halting them, be able to get the sweepers out, clear that long backstretch of that track, and was able to at least save the race until it started really pouring down. But yeah, I'm excited for the Chicago road course. I've seen road courses before with the Pinty series up in Toronto in Canada, and that always puts up a heck of a show. So I'm very optimistic on what these Cup cars can do on a road course. or on a street course.
I'm sure it's going to be awfully chaotic, especially since it's on iRacing, because nobody ever takes it seriously. For the 8,000th week in a row, the most popular man on the face of the planet, apparently, Jesse Iwuji, is in, thanks to the fan vote for, although I guess they're at Sonoma this week for the Pro Invitational.
It's strange how he seems to win every single time, yet not really anyone knows who he is.
And the only real reason that people know him is for clobbering the pit wall during qualifying at Vegas a couple of years ago in a truck, but what do I know?
He's got the Navy's backing, and it'll be exciting to see him running around 25th to 30th.
At a track that he's never raced at in person, as far as I know. That should be fun.
Nick Olsen has caught the leader.
Here we go. Once again, Nick Olsen, Michael Anthony, and Olsen not quite clear, but he's sliding up the racetrack a little bit. I think he's just going to clear himself here off the corner. That got close.
Ooh. Got a little tap from Michael Anthony there. Was able to get onto the inside, and let's see who wins the momentum battle. Looks like it's going to be Nick Olsen for the time being.
And that's Holt Johnston coming off pit road there on the apron and getting back on the racetrack. So Nick Olsen back out in front here in Charlotte.
I believe Michael Anthony used up his front tires there. It's always an issue I've always had on iRacing, where once I took the lead, I wanted to go as fast as I could, but ends up using up the tires more than I should be using them, and start falling back. And that looks like exactly what's happening to him.
Yep.
He's losing a couple times while Nick Olsen was able to save his tires and was able to start pulling away.
But we've also seen Nick Olsen really fall off later in a run. That's what allowed Marcus Adams to get to the front for a little bit before we had those few cautions there. So we'll see if it happens again to Nick Olsen, where the wheels kind of fall off the wagon and he starts to fall backwards. 48 laps to go.
Currently the top seven's all lined up. Then behind them is a lap down car, Holt Johnston. It's in P26. And behind them, and about a half second behind, is Jared Houston 8th.
Got a battle back here with Roberto Ramirez. The 46 is in there as well, the 91. Rekic, this is back 15th position.
Up front, we're about to start getting a lot of battling. We got a bunch of cars with used up tires and some that have saved better than others. And they've just been getting closer and closer and closer to each other, and they are right on each other now. as it looks like Michael Anthony is going to get passed by Marcus Adams here on the inside. And Kyle Smalley has a think about whether he's going to stay on the outside, whether he's going to go to the low side. Who's he going to follow? Is he going to follow the outside? No, he's going to stay to the inside. Never mind. He's going to go to the outside.
Eeny, meeny, miny. He pulls back to the inside now. I think just trying to go in whatever lane is fastest. And Marcus Adams is almost by. Michael Anthony, we'll see what happens in turn 1.
Everybody's looking for that clean air.
Marcus Adams to P2.
And it doesn't look like Michael Anthony's going to hold P3 for that long as he gets passed in the inside by Kyle. And I believe that Joe Francis and Jaron Hazen's going to be following quite hastily.
Francis now trying to get by Michael Anthony in the 8. Peeks to the inside, not quite there as they go to turn 1.
Joe Francis going to try that high lane to get the momentum on the exit. Dives it on the inside. I don't think he has the momentum to do anything with it. We'll see. He really stuck it in there in turn 3.
Slides out the racetrack a little bit, but keeps it down close enough to the bottom. Anthony with the better run on the high side. He'll stay out in front at the stripe. It'll probably get the better run here on the high side in 1 and 2.
Looking back farther in the field. Got a couple takers going to pit road. Looks like Fern's has already pitted. We might see some more cars coming as this run continues. Michael Anthony all the way from P1 back to P6.
While we're here, before they get to green flag pit stops, we've got 39 laps to go. We'll go side by side. Here from Charlotte Motor Speedway, Nick Olson, your leader. We'll see how things play out.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Fox Sports Syndrome here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, as that is the 46 of Michael Elliott that has crashed, and we are under caution for the 5th time tonight with 35 laps to go.
Yeah, it looked like he got hooked by Colin Fern. He just pitted recently. He probably had fresh tires trying to get around him. And 46 just wasn't having any of it. And Colin Fern wasn't having any of them.
There's the replay. Fern had just stopped and was on fresher tires. And ooh, it involves Keith Smalley as well. Another angle.
Yeah, 46 just looked like he was blocking when he had no reason to. Should have been able to see the car behind him going really fast.
Yeah, unless he thought that I'll run up here and I'll give you the bottom, so that way you can run the bottom. But nonetheless, pits are open and everybody's coming. Just to clarify something we said earlier, Pro Invitational is at the Chicago Street Course thing this week. Fan vote is closed and Awuji did win it, but it's not at Sonoma like I thought. They're at the Chicago Street Course. And Olsen wins the race off pit road.
In front of him, looks like we got about 7 cars that are going to get its wave around.
Either wave around or pit here and just pit because they're a lap down. Like the 46, I would imagine that he is going to pit this time around because that thing is junked.
Why is Nick Olsen going?
And Nick Olsen is coming back onto pit road. Did he? What? What? Well, it wasn't speeding because you just go to the tail end unless he's just pitting now so he can be at the back of the field. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, he must have sped on pit road because he just stopped at the end of pit road. Didn't even go to his box.
That is a tough break. He's been running up front the whole race pretty much.
So Nick Olsen just imploded with 33 laps to go, and he'd been the dominant car all night long. Not speeding, EOL, you serve on track. That was intentional. Okay. If he can explain whatever the hell just happened, then absolutely, let's bring him up. All right, so here he is, Nick Olsen. Okay, could you clarify for us what in the world you just did? Okay, good talk.
Didn't hear y'all. How y'all doing?
We're good. We're just curious. What in the world pulling down on the pit road and stop. We're a little confused by that.
So this is a pretty easy explanation once you understand what's going on. So that caution in the middle of green flag pit stops, we were the first car down pit road. So we had to pit again when the caution came out. So we were down a set of tires. And when I came down this time, I had all intentions of taking my tires, my last set, and keeping the lead. But I must have unchecked them for some reason, trying to make sure I didn't take them too early or something. But I went down pit road, gas man engaged, no tire change. So we're going to be saving a set of tires back here, which is kind of a bummer because I'm pretty sure everybody else has got that one set. So we'll cards fell how they may, and we'll get what we can out of it.
Got it. That makes a lot more sense. Best of luck to you, and hopefully we'll be able to put those tires on the car here at some point before this.
I'd hope so. That'd be a real bummer if this ran green to the end, but y'all got some work to do here.
We'll let you have at it. Best of luck. His pace car is in. So Nick Olson with an oopsie on his pit stop, and that's why he came back down on the pit road. Green flag, 31 to go, and Marcus Adams gone.
Yeah, he got a really good jump. And behind him, we got Kyle Smalley and Joe Francis. And we got a 2-wide battle for 5th. We got Kyle Manger up front, up top, and Chris Worrell on the bottom.
Side by side, Worrell on the inside. The 40 right behind Manger as they almost made contact. Well, I think they almost made contact at least. Coming down the main straightaway off of 4 back to turn 1.
Kyle Manger really getting close to the inside, but it looks like the 40 car is going to make it 3 wide here.
These guys are all over each other, and I think this may be the spot of our next caution flag if we get it. 29 laps to go as the top 3 have pulled away, and it's just a gaggle from 4th place on back.
Still running really close for 6th. Kyle's really pushing his luck there. He's doing some blocking. He's doing some weaving.
Jeez, and here comes Francis to the inside for 2nd on Kyle Smalley.
Ooh, he got loose there.
Wouldn't be the first time that Kyle Manger's wrecked it on the back straightaway tonight, as Kyle Smalley takes 2nd away. Major trying to do everything he can on the bottom.
Now in P8 looking to lose P9, P10 as it looks like we have a pass for the lead.
Here we go. Kyle Smalley looking to bring the 5 back out in front. He led really early tonight, but has been caught back in traffic ever since. Around the outside, he's going to take the lead here at start-finish, and he'll try and be clear getting to turn 1. And the ball's out 175. The ball's out drivers 1 and 2. Smalley and Adams. Smalley to the lead.
Marcus Adams almost slid up into the leader there. We're single file for the top 4 as got double file for 5th position.
It's Worrell and Hazen back here, side by side, with Bryson Fitzgerald right behind him. How about James Lowe hanging in there in that 4th spot? As Hazen and Worrell are still side by side off the corner.
James Lowe looking to take the outside. The position is not there, but they're 2 by 2 behind him. That 6 car trying to use that outside.
Still trying to get by Hazen is Chris Worrell, as Kyle Smalley has started to gap the rest of the field just a little bit with 23 to go. And here comes Fitzgerald underneath Hazen. That was a bold move.
That was a bold and late move. Just got to be lucky that the car in front of you sees that you're about to do that, doesn't cut you off.
"20 laps to go here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. And it's Kyle Smalley out in front with about a 4/10 of a second lead over Marcus Adams. And then Francis, and then James Lowe, with Chris Worrell rounding out the top 5. Kyle Smalley looking for yet another win on the season. He's got 4 wins on the season already in 11 starts, and he's second in the points. This is without the drops, at least, because they do get a certain amount of drops throughout the year. Second in points behind Kyle Manger, who's way back there, fighting for his life back in the 8th spot. Side by side once again between Worrell and Hazen. Fitzgerald right there as well, trying to make it a 3-car battle for the 5th spot. Fitzgerald involved in an accident earlier on. That crash on the back straightaway that involved Calvin Allison as well. And Robert Rader trying to storm his way around the outside of Hazen with 18 laps to go. Make it 17 now at the stripe. It's all Kyle Smalley out in front, as we've got 16 laps to go, and here comes Fitzgerald trying to get by Hazen on the inside in turn 1. Slides up the racetrack a little bit, can't quite get there. He'll have to fall in line as they come down the back stretch.
Man, Fitzgerald is really sending it there on the outside. He's going to use that momentum to send it underneath. Still trying that inside line. Just does not work as well.
Oh, boy. That got close.
Yeah, and it's going to cost him a position. The 29 car is going to get by him. That's Michael Dorsey.
And there goes the 9-way up the racetrack. Going to get passed by Dorsey. He's got another one right behind him as well. That is, I believe, the 23. Yes, Jordan Weaver.
Got on the rear end of Dorsey there, and that shoved him into the wall. Gonna hope that didn't cause any damage.
Tell you what, battle up front, though. Kyle Smalley is under pressure from Marcus Adams. He's not letting this thing be done quite yet.
Yep, Marcus Adams is there. We'll have to see what kind of moves he thinks of.
Kyle Smalley under pressure, trying to complete the Kyle and the 5-car sweep here from Charlotte. It was Kyle Larson in the 5 that won yesterday. Kyle Smalley in the 5 trying to do the same, coming to 11 laps to go. Marcus Adams, just like Nick Olson, another one with a goose egg in the win column, and would love to get a win here tonight. Here he comes to the inside. Smalley closes the door.
Yeah, Marcus is there. He's just waiting on that one mistake from the leader. It's only going to take one mistake for him to get the position. But don't count out Joe Francis here in P3, in that 50 car. He's ready for both top 2 cars to make a mistake, and he'll be there.
Ten laps to go. As Kyle Smalley tried to hang on, but he's got some tough competition behind him in Marcus Adams. And the 50 car of John Francis. Caution. Oh my gosh. How did I know? How did I know? Big crash in turn 4. Got one stuck in the fence. Chris Worrell is in it. He was in.
Oh, they're still wrecking.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Robert Rader, the 91 of I don't know. Oh, boy. And they're still wrecking. Colin Fern piles in for good measure.
That's Ted Reckick.
Oh, boy. All right, replay. Wow. Wishing got a piece of it. He was the one that got wedged in the fence. That's the 23 of Weaver involved. And then here comes just trying to avoid Roberto Ramirez, who was slow on the bottom. Arca breaks again.
Yep.
Well, Nick Olson gets to use those tires. As does everybody else. Smalley, I don't think Smalley won the race off pit road. I think it went to the 90. Was that the 91 of Reckick again? There's no way. 71. Derek Lemke? Are you kidding me? There's no way he took 4 tires and fuel if he came out that far in front.
Yeah, it looked like he took 2 tires. With only probably 5 laps to go. I think now's better now than never to take that risk.
Yeah, we'll see about that. 2 tires for the driver of the 71. All right, well, let's, oh. So Reckick and Calvin Allison stayed out. Reckick was just involved in the crash, but he's going to stay out anyway. Calvin Allison with possibly the biggest brain moment of the year to try and get himself into victory. We'll have 6 to go on the restart. $28 lap old tires, Ben? I don't know. Six to go on the restart. I think we have 3 green white checkers if we need them. I know we at least have 1. I'm pretty sure it's 3. Yeah, it is 3 because I know we had to use them at Kansas a couple weeks ago. So here we go. The lights are still on in the pace car. Never mind. So we will have a restart with 5 to go. The field fooled me since they were doubled up.
Yep, this will be the last one. Last lap of the pace car. And then we'll get these boys going.
Any caution from here to the end would result in a green-white checker. Any caution between here and the white flag lap, let's put it that way. If they get the white flag, we race to the checkers. If they crash before that, we get to do this all over again. All right, here we go. Who's going to get it done? This is going to be the weirdest restart that we've had all night.
It's definitely going to be the most sketchiest.
Yeah, a little bit. Here we go. Keep the pace car warm. We're gonna need it here soon. Pace car is in.
Leader goes.
Green flag. It's Reckick and Calvin Allison out in front. Here comes Kyle Smalley up the middle. He's going to turn Allison, and there they all go. Hard into the inside wall go Lemke and Smalley. They still pile up in turn 1. Calvin Allison around. The 40 around. Oh, my gosh. That is just rotten. Kyle Smalley's not getting win number 5 today. That's for darn sure. Replay. We know Calvin Allison was frustrated after that first crash. Not sure if anything was justified there. 29 involved. The 20. 25 got up in the air. Smalley had room underneath him, but Allison had a lot more room to the top side. I don't know. Oh, James Lowe got in it. He had a great run going tonight. He got collected in that crap. Michael Anthony missed it by a nose. Same with Bolts Ramirez. Nick Olson squeaks through it as well. That was another angle.
There's just no give and take.
Yeah, and watching the back here, this is... Oh, that's Olson that just turn. J.R. Houston. So, oh my God. And they keep piling in. The 44, 53, 47. So Olsen did get a piece of it. I just lied to you. He drove straight through the 20. And then he's going to hit another one. Hits the 98. Colin Tuono as he comes back down the racetrack. Drives through Kyle Manger. Easy. Half the field involved in this crash. And a hard hit for Lemke and for the 20, or for the 5. And the 5 got hit in the door then as he was stopped down on the inside. Kyle Manger just gets beaten. Head on into the wall, no safer barrier, and then he gets hit in the door right there by the 44. In the driver's door. Ugh. So that leaves Rekic and Marcus Adams as your top 2.
Well, I said it was going to be sketchy, and it definitely was.
Couldn't even make it off the main straightaway. And once again, shout out to the Toronto Maple Leafs for being the first NHL team in for being the first team in NHL history to lose a winner-take-all game in 4 consecutive years. Way to go, guys. Green-white checker time from Charlotte. The first one, and I don't think I've ever been through less than 3 in this league. I know we had 3 at Kansas. I'm pretty sure we used all 3 at Darlington. Yikes. Gonna add another half hour onto this race. John Stewart says, Dasani is the Arby's of water. Of course, I haven't had Arby's in ever. I don't think. I don't think Dasani's all that bad. Ben?
I would probably classify the Nestle products as Arby's quality. But,
that is fair. That is fair. Of course, Dasani is trending on Twitter. I had seen the tweet a while ago from John Stewart, but I had to make sure that is why Dasani was trending and not that Dasani's going bankrupt or said anything stupid.
yeah, they're a Pepsi product, I think. Aren't they? Or is that Coke?
I hope it's not a Coke product. I'm pretty sure the Coke product is Aquafina.
Yeah. Now, Pepsi's Aquafina. Coke is Dasani.
Oh. Well, drat. Yeah, you're right. Oh, boy. Well. All right. Well. There you have it. The more you know. Thankfully, we're coming to green this time. As they come, I hope this is their 3 and 4, and it is. Pace car, yeah, keep it ready. I think the goal is just to make it past the end of the front straightaway this time around. Green-white checker, 1 of 3. Rekic leads us down, green flag.
Michael Anthony, I think, has a broken car. Not going anywhere.
It doesn't look good unless he missed a shift or something, because it didn't look like he got involved in the accident. but he is way off the pace in the background. Off a 2.
Up front, Marcus Adams almost lost the car, but he's got a position.
And here comes the 50. Right on the back bumper, through 3 and 4. Marcus Adams looking for his first win. Caution. Robert Rader's in the catch fence.
God.
Nick Olson's involved. Somebody just drove under Robert Rader. Somebody get the tarp and the coroner for Robert Rader in turn 3. And we get to do this again because we were 500 feet too short from the start-finish line.
The wall just keeps on claiming lives.
And another one gone, and another one gone. Let's see. And Robert Rader gets into the 24 and gets into the 24. The 40 gets a piece of it. Michael Anthony gets a piece of it. What the physics, huh?
And the wall just decided to yeet him out of the ballpark.
I mean, come on. How do you... Even 704 Games has this crap figured out. Come on now. Nonetheless, it wasn't the jank that caused the caution.
And yeet!
Who is that? The 23? I can't even... The car without a nose. That also got a piece in that. 23, 27. Who? 27 of... Can't even find him on this sheet. Kevin Orlando Jr. Oh, duh, I should have known that. My goodness. There's Weaver. He barely misses it. Kevin Orlando Jr. piles in, nowhere to go, and then Robert Rader gets base first. And it's Keith Smalley that drives underneath the 53.
Well, we got 2 more attempts of this.
Do we want them? Somebody accidentally unplugs all the lights to the track. So Marcus Adams, still your race leader. What's upcoming here on STN? Well, if you like pacing like you're seeing right now, you're going to love the NASCAR Auto Pro Qualifying iRacing Series second split on Thursday at 9 o'clock from Martinsville. Probably going to be a lot of cautions, but we'll see. FTF1 from Monza, the road course. That's Friday at 9 o'clock. And then the FTF Grand National Series presented by Bar Visuals at the Monza Oval, Saturday at 10 o'clock. Should get 1 degree this time by.
With all these wrecks, it looks like Fern has gotten all the way back up the P5. 9 cars in 4th, but it's got a lot of damage there. I don't know how fast that's going to be.
Yeah, so Keith Smalling, Derek Lemke, Roberto Ramirez, they've all given up for tonight. Everybody else is still out on the racetrack. Kyle Smalley is 2 laps down. First car lap down. So he is out. He doesn't have a shot to win. Bryson Fitzgerald, his car is beat to heck and back. He's in fourth. We'll see what happens there. Keith Smalley and Ramirez fell out of the server, so it sounds like they may try and get back before this thing's said and done. We'll see what happens.
All right, pace car is going to be coming in here. And Marcus Adams going to be leading him through. 2 laps to go.
Second verse. Let's see if it's the same as the first. Pace car is in. Marcus Adams leads us down, green flag. He is long gone into turn 1.
So far, so good. Looking back in the pack,
How about
got
Racket
some
taking
blocking
second?
going on.
Had the 44 park it on the front straightaway, but we're still green. Fitzgerald throwing some big meaty blocks on Ferris Shaw, and he's going to get pushed into the corner. And they go around. Caution's out.
It's another big
And
one.
they're still piling in. Oh, the 27 just hit the pit wall. And Colin Fern just drove straight through Bryson Fitzgerald. And once again, we are going to use all 3 freaking attempts at a green-white checker.
I don't know what
he hits
happened,
him once, and then he just hits him and doesn't get off of him and doesn't get off of him. Like, that's Kyle Busch stuff right there. Look at that. Unreal.
yeah, and the 91 really checked up front, and that didn't help things at all.
Well, remember, he's on ancient tires.
Oh,
Like his
that is
tires,
true.
his tires were around when Nixon was president. Like, they've been on the car for forever, and that's probably why he had to lift as much as he did. But still, I mean,
Yeah, 9 car just blocked, and 86 was just not having it.
if it was lap 5, I'd understand wrecking him for blocking, but
Didn't work out too well for the 86 in the long run.
yeah, it's like it's 2 to go. It's gonna happen. I understand like one bump or something, but shoving the guy into the corner to Kingdom Come's a little much. Black Flag 86. He's going to the end of the longest line. That car's beaten up anyway, and he already used his faster pair, so he's not winning this race. And Marcus Adams is the luckiest man on the face of the earth. SRX video game. Thoughts?
I've heard good things about it, but I just don't trust Monster Games really with video games.
Yeah, that's fair. that is fair. I'm just more excited to get the series underway and to get Alan Bestwick back on TV. That is priority number 1. What, 2 weeks? Not even until it comes back or exists.
Yeah, not far along. It's like Roberto Ramirez, the 41 car, had his power go out.
Oh, that sucks for Ramirez. P5 on the green-white checker, and his power went out. Oh, boy. Well, post-race, we're going to have the quickest interviews known to mankind, and then we'll pack it up and get out of here, and direct our attention towards the second split of the eNASCAR for qualifying iRacing series coming up on Thursday.
Last pace lap.
And after this, we can take the pace car, lock it up, throw it in the middle of the Atlantic, whatever we want to do with it, because we're not going to need it anymore tonight. Half a lap to green. And, oh boy, that's right. This isn't manual cautions. So if they crash before we get to the white flag, the caution will still come out, or could still come out, which means that this thing will just finish under caution. I think we saw that happen at Kansas a couple weeks ago.
Pace car's
Here we
in.
go. Yeah, pace car is in. Marcus Adams got the easiest restart of his life. Green flag. It's a battle for second between Reckick and the 50 of Francis. The field fans out down the back straightaway trying to get everything they can as Marcus Adams just pulls away. He's blinking in and out, and that may be a bit of a concern for everybody else. As now the 91 falls way back. White flag. We made it. 1 lap to go. Holt Johnston just drove it into the barriers at the pit wall. I saw that. But it doesn't matter. White flag. Does not have a win this season. And Joe Francis just is too far back, too little time. We're going to make it. Marcus Adams blinking in and out, doing something Dale Jr. could never do. He's going to win at Charlotte, get his first win on the season. And he wins the Balls Out 175 at Charlotte. So we'll talk to our top 3 of Adams, Francis, and Chris Worrell in third. And how about Marcus Adams? He was pushing it only a little bit. His fastest lap of the race was the last lap of the race. All right, let's do some results. And of course, these are unofficial, pending any penalties that may come from tonight. But it's Marcus Adams, your race winner. Joe Francis in second, Chris Worrell third. Jesse Cottrell, I don't think we said his name at all tonight. He winds up P4. J.R. Houston with a nice rebound to P5. Jaron Hazen P6. Jordan Weaver 7th. Michael Dorsey 8th. James Lowe 9th. And Nick Olson rounds out the top 10. Ted Reckick falls to 11th. Michael Anthony in 12th. 13th belongs to Bryson Fitzgerald. 14th, Calvin Allison. Good rebound for him. Anthony Colantuono, 15th. Kevin Orlando Jr., 16th. Kyle Smalley, what could have been? He finishes a lap down in 17th. Holt Johnston, 18th. Johnston, rather, in 18th. Colin Fern, 19th. Devin Jensick, 20th. Roberto Ramirez, 21st. Robert Rader, 22nd. Kyle Manger, 23rd. Derek Lemke, 24th. And the rest of the field, Keith Smalley, Jared Wishin, Gavin Hibbs, Michael Elliott, Brandon Lawless, Alexander Cronky, Richard Lekawa, Ferris Shaw, who made it a whole 3 laps tonight. All right. Let's talk to our race winner, Marcus Adams. Got a little easy there at the end with everybody, reckon, but strong car and a great night for you. First win on the season. Take us through it.
I've really sucked off season. This is like tonight how I should have been performing all season, but just some bad luck and some bad driving by me, and it never worked out. But tonight I was finally able to put it all together.
You had to battle your teammate there in the 5, Kyle Smalley, had to battle Nick Olson. Take us through battling those two, because they seem to be the top 2 tonight up until the latter stages.
Yeah, they both were faster than me at the beginning of the run, but I wasn't pushing it at the beginning of the run. I was just safe backwards most of the race, and on the long runs I was faster than basically everybody up there. But Kyle was actually the one who showed me how to race this track last year, and I won a league race here last year and won it this year, so it's pretty cool.
And before we send you on your way, anybody you want to thank, say hi to?
Yeah, balls out, everyone on the team for sponsoring the race. Circle B Diecast, I believe it is. You can use the promo code FCRL2021, I think. I could be wrong. And yeah, that's about it.
Well, congratulations on the race win, and we will see you in a couple of weeks when we head out to Nashville. Best of luck to you next week at Sonoma. Marcus Adams, your race winner tonight from Charlotte. And now let's check in with our P2 man, Joe Francis. He is with Ben Easterday.
Joe Francis, he came from P13 all the way to P2. It looked like you had a couple moves there to try to get to the win, but you just couldn't pull it out. Tell me about your race today.
Yeah, it went pretty well considering I don't race this league full time. I think it went pretty good. I would have preferred that the race actually went green to the end, because I think I might have been better than Kyle and Marcus towards the end. But without all those green-white checkers, I actually had the settings messed up in my car. I had auto blip on, so I couldn't get a very good restart. So every restart we had, I would always fall back one or two spots, and I always had to make that up. And once I was getting towards the end of the run, that's when the tires would really kick in, because I like to pace myself and keep the car underneath me and make my way to the front towards the end. But with all those restarts, it just pushes me back.
Yeah, I completely understand that. Anyone you want to thank? Anyone you say hi to?
My teammates from Strictly Stock Motorsports, Jesse, Gavin, Cato, Holt, Richard, GT, all the guys on there. Chris Webb, he sponsors my other car in the other league. They run on Monday nights. You guys for broadcasting, Balls Out for sponsoring. And I think that's it. Sorry to JR if I'm forgetting anybody.
Oh, good. Joe Francis, P2.
And last but not least, let's talk to our third place finisher tonight, Chris Swarrell in the 6 Mark Martin throwback machine. There he is, Chris. You're able to bring it home P3. You were involved in some of the chaos that happened throughout the middle of the pack, late in the going, but able to bring it home for a top 3 finish.
Yeah, man, I got lucky. Well, I wouldn't say lucky for everyone else, but that one big wreck after I got my EOL put me back up in contention, and from there I just kept dodging the wrecks and was able to get up to third. Just got lucky.
And before we send you you on your way here to celebrate your third place finish, anybody want to thank, say hi to?
The team, Balls Out. my good buddies there, Circle B Diecast and Duck Press Media Solutions, and you guys for doing the broadcast. We really appreciate you.
Well, best of luck to you next week at Sonoma, and we'll see you in a couple weeks from Nashville.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Jake. Have a good night.
Chris Worrell, third place here tonight from Charlotte. And before we forget, they talked about Circle B Diecast somewhere in my resources of things that I can read off of. There it is. So with Circle B Diecast, if you enter the code FCRL2021, you get free shipping off of any order over $20. Again, that's FCRL2021 at Circle B Diecast. Final thoughts here, Ben.
It was a long race, but an exciting finish, and got to congratulate Marcus Adams for pulling off and getting 3 clean restarts to be able to pull on with the win.
Marcus Adams with the win. Again, it'll be a couple of weeks until we're back with the Four Corner Racing League, Nashville in 3 weeks from tonight. The second round of the second split of the eNASCAR Pro Qualifying iRacing Series Round 1 from Martinsville, Thursday 9 o'clock FTF 1, Friday 9 o'clock from the Monza Road Course, and then FTF Grand National Series presented by Bar Visuals at the Monza Oval Saturday at 10 o'clock. For Ben Easterday and Zach Johnson, our producer, I'm Jacob Pitts. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you Thursday for Martinsville and the eNASCAR Pro Qualifying iRacing Series. Until then, good night, everybody.